listening to the Francene Marie Show, where we address issues and concerns to you and your family. Each week, this show explores a wide variety of topics. Now, here's your host, Francene Marie.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Francene Marie. We are partying in the studio because there is a play that you have to see. It's Actors Theater. They're back. Woo! Yes, you know, your friend and mine. Chip Decker's back with us. We love him so. He's the director of this play. And you're wondering, what is the name of the play? It's called CUTTIN UP. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. Doing great.
Yeah, we got our actors here. We never get actors. It's Tanya McClellan, and it's also Sidney Horton. Say hey. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
You guys are full of fun. I mean, all the time that we've been in the studio this morning, we've got nothing done. It's just cutting up. That's the name of the play, Cutting Up. And that's what you do.
It's what we do, and it's what we do well.
Hey, why this play? Why?
First of all, it was written by a York, South Carolina native, Charles Randolph Wright. It's based on the book Cuttin' Up by Craig Marbury. Wonderful stories told about black barbershops across the country. It's kind of a secret look inside the auspices, the wonderfulness that happens in the black barbershops. There's this wonderful through story that happens, and you've got every character you can imagine that happens to the barbershop in real life comes walking through our door every night, and you never know what's going to walk through that door, but it's a lot of fun when you find out.
It's just good chemistry when you walk into a barbershop. It really is.
It's amazing chemistry.
But it's happened for aeons in the African-American community. You know, you went to the barber down the street who, ooh, I wish he'd get new clippers.
Exactly.
You wish you would just get some new clippers, Mama.
Yep.
But I am so impressed that Charles Randolph Wright came back. He says he's thrilled to be home in Actors Theater. I mean, this man has won so many awards. The award-winning film Preaching to the Choir. Also written screenplays for HBO, Showtime, Disney, and Fox. And we got him right here.
He's an amazing individual. He was in the original touring cast of Dreamgirls, many national awards. He's got something big that's about to blow up here soon, and I'm not at liberty to discuss it, but you'll know it when it happens because you'll go, hey, Charles Randolph Wright, he's the guy that wrote Cuttin' Up.
Right, and we need to be there in the seats. I mean, we don't have to be African-American to come to this play to laugh hysterically.
It's universal. The stories are universal. It's definitely got an African-American bent to it. But the stories are one that everybody can relate to. And there's a great quote on the back of the book, Cuttin' Up, that says, the preacher, the gangster, the lawyer, the barbershop is the only place where you can have all the wrong people at the same time.
Our actors are here with us. We have Tanya and also Sidney. And you guys, what characters do you play?
I play Howard, and I am the owner of the barbershop.
Oh, nice. What's the name of your barbershop?
Howard's.
We love it. We love it. We love it. So how does a female fit into this cast?
Well, I'm Tanya, and I play every female in this story. Everyone that you could ever think of, like from your sister to your mother to the girlfriend that you don't want coming by the shop. Every female character you can imagine that would stop by. And it's all in us. Every woman's been every woman pretty much at some point in time in her life. But this is a way just to show that it's not just an exclusively male environment. You do have women, they'll come into the barbershop, make sure that their child gets her first haircut and he's okay. He's not crying or biting the barber. Or, the girlfriend is like, baby, I just want to drop off your keys. And then the girlfriend is like, baby, I'm taking your keys. So it's every woman that you could ever imagine coming through.
Or, baby, I just keyed your car.
Or, baby, here's the keys on your car. Oh, yeah. She's there, too.
Right. Every female's got this girl in her. Mm-hmm. Whoever he is, he doesn't want us around.
Oh, no. The idea of the barbershop being their sanctuary, it gets broken in every once in a while. You need to have that female energy so that they can understand that in their sanctuary, there's also the outside. There's that caring woman, and then there's that violent woman. There's that loving mother, and then there's that nurse who wants to heal all your wounds. It's all there for you, but it's also the one place in that barbershop where you can talk about those things. It's like, hey, my baby was just there last night, and she was making sure that I had some soup because I wasn't feeling well. Yeah, my girlfriend was over at the house last night, and we was watching this movie. Yeah, my other girlfriend was at the house last night, and we edit. So, I mean,
All those words do come out in the barbershop.
oh yeah, there's many a fantastic scene. Being the only woman in the show, it's fun to listen to the men talk. It's hilarious.
You get to go into their world.
Oh yes, they don't know I'm taking notes, but
Oh.
maybe I've said too much.
Now, Horton's Barbershop is a shop that's been open for, let's say, how many years?
Oh, 50 years.
50 years.
Yes.
Okay, you don't even look a day over 48.
Wow, you nailed it. I am 48. So he's been around for a long time. He's has a couple of young barbers in there. It's like pretty much 3 generations of barbers, you would say, that's in this shop. The youngest one is we're trying to guide him on the way. And then there's another one who's older who needs to settle down. A story of kind of our journey and looking back on past barbershop. I've been going to a barbershop since I was 4 years old. And Black Barbershop is a sanctuary. You know, it's our place. That's where we belong. It's home. You walk into a barbershop, I do, and I feel at home. I tell my barber things I don't tell other people. I mean, my barber knows a lot about me. So that's a very personal relationship between a man and his barber. And we touch on that throughout the show.
Charles has put together a really tight script, which is a lot of fun, and that's the basis of a great show. That's the beginning point right there. It's what I like to call the sauce. And then as we go along and we cook it, we start adding a little bit of oregano to get the taste just right. The entire cast, it's 8 in all, 7 men and Tanya. And bless her heart, she's done a great job keeping up with the boys. I'll tell you that. She's definitely not hindered by their presence, that's for sure.
No.
You start with a strong script and then 8 amazing actors that really bring the life to the piece. And because all of them have experience in the barbershop, it's family. It's something you do. It's their heritage. Oh,
What? No, you didn't. But you did.
And we actually have a great team collaboration with No Grease Barbershop here in Charlotte. The twin brothers that own it, Jermaine and Damien, great support for us. We got our chairs from them. I've been to the previews. They're going to be here at opening night. I imagine we'll see them and a lot of their barbers throughout the run of the show. Great is that I asked if I could bring my 3 lead, the 3 barbers over to one of their shops. And he gave us an intensive couple-hour course and, what it feels like to be in there, how to handle the trimmers and the scissors and everything. So that was a huge help.
The technical piece. Exactly.
Yes. You go to the barbershop all the time, but sometimes you really don't pay attention to certain details as to how you hold the comb, the way the clippers go, how you put the white around the neck and putting on the drape and everything and,
Right.
putting on all the different things. So it was a lot. And it was fun. And I actually had a chair in his barbershop and another actor was in it. And I'm standing beside a barber, totally mimicking what he's doing. And it was just awesome. It was a great learning tool.
Chip Decker, our director over there, he always comes by and shares all these great plays that they do over there. It's just one after another, and they're always good. And also, we've got our actors in the studio this morning. It's Tanya McClellan and also Sidney Horton, and they're in the play as well. And it opens February 15th through March the 3rd, so it's only a little bit of time.
The houses are already filling out. We've already got several sold-out houses. So visit us at AT Charlotte. Get your tickets now.
All right, give us that website one more time.
atcharlotte.org.
Got it. And the website is amazing because you can get on there and buy your tickets before you know it. It's done. When you get to the box office, when you get there, there's your ticket. It's a warm, welcoming atmosphere that we can go in. Just go in. We got to stop by the concession stand, though.
Oh, absolutely.
And get our goodies.
Absolutely. A wine and a beer is the best way to start cutting up.
Makes a play go down well.
That's right, baby. That's right.
We don't want to cut up, though, in the audience.
You know what? I've worked really hard for the actors to break that fourth wall. So they address the audience a lot, and the audience, if they throw out a amen or, preach it and whatever, I mean, you get moved by the Spirit. What are you going to do? This is a great show. Just believe me, you're gonna have shout outs.
And Charles Randolph Wright, we have to remember that name because he's right here from our little place in the Carolinas, and he's been to HBO, Showtime, Disney, Fox, you name it. He's done it. And then he's got more on the plate that Chip's not sharing with us this morning, but that's okay. You'll come back and share.
That's okay. You'll all hear about it when it hits
the news.
It'll
That's
be
right.
major.
Now, what made you pick this play, or was Charles Randolph Wright's play just you had to do it?
We actually did a companion piece a few years ago called Crowns, which was also by Craig Marbury, which was about black women and the hats that they wear to church on Sundays. And it was a piece about the history. Again, it's a lot of history, why the hats are there and how they exist and what the hats mean, and also the music that went with it. And Sidney was actually the director of that show. So now this one is Craig Marbury's second book called Cuttin' Up. It's the companion piece. So instead of focusing on the ladies, kind of focuses on the men.
Men finally get some attention. Wow. Yeah. Now, Tanya, I have to say that you are so majestic. You are the lady on stage that has the voice, the personality.
Thank you.
It probably wasn't hard picking her, was it? You probably told all the other people who tried out, just get out now, because I'm getting the piece. I'm getting this part.
Well, it's funny, when I first found out about it, I really wanted to do it, and the challenge of playing 7 different women was something I was interested in. But it was also the fact that I love doing theater in Charlotte, number one. Number two, it's dismissive for people to think that there isn't good theater that's local. There are so many talented actors, so many talented directors, writers, producers. There's so much talent here that it's a shame that we don't promote ourselves and get more people to come and see the show. So being a part of this, I mean, I'm open to anyone coming to an audition, but when I want a part, I want a part. So, but bring it. Everybody should feel comfortable seeing themselves on stage or a representation of themselves on stage. And I like to think that being able to do that in this play, it's important for my mother, my niece, my grandmother, my cousins, and everybody else, and the other women who auditioned, because it's the ability to see that there's more out there for you than some people would like you to believe. I know
What
that's kind of a
city?
spin on the question.
What city do you like playing in more? I know you love Charlotte. Uh-oh, her eyes are going to the ceiling.
Well, see, I was born in Raleigh, and my parents moved to California when I was young, and we moved there because my dad worked for IBM. So I've lived in California, I lived in New York. I toured Europe doing the musical Hair, so yes, I was a naked little hippie for 3 years. But
Nice.
And when I came back to Charlotte, I knew nothing of the theater scene or what was going on or what to expect. And I was very fortunate to be able to, my first year in Charlotte, I did a show at Actors Theater. And, I started finding more work. And I found that the idea of working in Charlotte and being able to afford a home seemed to be something that I enjoyed versus because my mother told me, you will never be a struggling actor. You will either struggle or you will act. And if I can act here and not have to struggle, then I'm 10 steps ahead. So I really love being here as an actor. Now, if California wants me, I ain't turning it down, just to let y'all know. But but being here as an actor, I think it awards me a lot of opportunity to do a lot of different types of theater that I might not have ever considered.
There's something for everybody.
Oh,
There's no
definitely.
reason why we shouldn't attend Actors Theater at least one play a year. There's no reason.
I say 5
5?
a year.
Because how many do you put on?
Put on between 6 and 7 productions a year.
Okay.
And then different special events all year round. Yeah.
Between 6 and 7, we should definitely have our little buns in the studio,
It's
in the
more
chair.
entertaining than TV because you can talk back. It's more engaging than a film because guess what? You're involved. When you're in the audience, you are just as involved as the actors on stage because we need your energy. And we're hoping that you're coming to see a compelling story and involve yourself in the story. So, yeah, be there.
Now, Sidney, how many years have you been acting? He's got the prettiest smile.
He does.
I have been in Charlotte for about 20 years. I am grateful to say that I've been working as an actor in Charlotte for about 20 years. And I've done about 5 shows, Chip, with Actors Theater.
Yep.
I'm loving it.
In our film industry here, people don't realize how many films are done in the Carolinas.
There's a lot of work being done around this area.
Yeah, exactly. So you like this play better than any other play you've been in, Sidney?
I'm going to say yes, because I really do love this character, Howard. He is a fun character to bring to life, and it's been fun on this process and on this journey working to bring this character to life. So I enjoy him a lot. I enjoy this cast. I have not laughed with the group of people as much as we have laughed. We just all kind of bonded, and we're having a good time. We laugh at each other. Yeah. We joke. We have a good time. So overall experience, this has been great.
Because you know how actors can be.
Yeah, we can have some attitudes. We can get diva-ish. We can have some issues, but not this group. We came together as a unit. We are truly an ensemble.
So 3 weeks, March 3rd, you're up. It's out. You're out of here. You're without a play.
Yep, on to the next project.
You're gonna have withdrawals for this. Do you ever have withdrawals for the plays that you were in, wishing they went longer?
Some of them.
Oh yeah.
And then some of them you're like, I wish this would end.
Yes. Are you sure you want a 2-week run? Really sure?
Folks that really want to get into the acting business, the plays are the first place to start.
Go see some work, see if it's something that you want to do, and then check out all the theaters in town. At one time or another, they'll have open auditions. So you can go and, that it's not just a clique community that says, just because Tanya's been doing it for X amount of years, Tanya's not always guaranteed that she's going to get cast. There's always somebody new coming up that's going to challenge. So when these companies like ours have open auditions, that's the best time to get your foot in the door, and you can see what other people are doing, see what your competition is, what fellow actors, how good they are, or if they need to go and take classes and get a little bit better.
So if we're writing plays, how can you steer us in the right direction if we think we've got that ultimate play?
If you think you've got an ultimate play, if you're a playwright and you've done that, you want to make friends with the theater that produces new works like Actors Theater. And there's tons of theaters around the country. And let somebody there read it and give you give you an honest opinion of whether it's something they think that they would like to produce or if it's producible at all. And then the next step is there are new play festivals done around the country. In fact, we're actually doing a brand new play festival this summer called New Voices for a New Generation. And we have over 90 new play submissions that we're going through currently for that festival. And we're one of probably, I'm going to say about 50 to 60 new play festivals around the country. So get on the website, Google new play festivals, and submit your scripts to those, look at the guidelines and submit your scripts. And, you never know. Somebody may go, wow, that's good. Let's do it. Let's do it.
You never know.
Yep, you never know.
Get up off your dream and get right down to it. So I was going to ask you, how many, you read 90 plays. Oh my gosh.
More than that, actually. Yeah, there's because we have a lot of other things going on. But I actually have 2 dramaturgs that luckily are reading all the plays for the new play festival. Yeah, and they will weed it down to the top 10, and then we vote from there. Yeah.
The American Idol of plays, yeah.
It is. Sometimes it feels like that. Yeah,
it does.
Minus Ryan Seacrest.
Minus Ryan. So when it comes to acting and we want to be an actress or an actor and we see our favorite folks on the big screen, what tips can you give us to be the best actor and the best actress? I just want to know something personally. How do you memorize those lines?
We still memorize.
Like, you mean they're supposed to be finished? The way I think of it is when you are in the process of learning a show and you're in the process of learning a character, it's a conversation that you're going to have. It's a repeated conversation. It's like when you get up in the morning and say good morning to your spouse or good morning to your parents. You have a process, and it's a repeated process that you've become accustomed to. Just like with a character, you become accustomed to when someone says, how are you doing? And your line is, I'm fine, where's my milk? You become accustomed to saying that. Also, you've got to realize that the way I also think there is no character that's separate from you. Everybody has had love, hurt, pain, hunger, desire. That's happened to everyone. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm Hamlet by any stretch of the imagination, but I know what it feels like to be betrayed. So going to that place is just like, you can take yourself there, but also listening. It's more than just waiting to speak. You have to be able to listen and be engaged with someone to be an actor. And I know a lot of people who said, oh, you're an actor, you're a professional liar. Acting is the ultimate in truth telling from somebody else's perspective. It might not be what you feel. It might not be something that's personal, where your convictions are 100% true in this character, but you're telling the truth through someone else's eyes. And to believe in that truth helps to make you a good actor.
Do you know a good play when you read it?
Yes. Oh, yes. There are certain scripts that might not be good for me, but I know that it's a good play too. I found it funny that when the movie Clueless first came out, I was like, how am I going to relate to this blonde girl in Beverly Hills who is OMG rich? Yet I know that feeling of disappointing a parent or that feeling of wanting to gain something, through someone else. I could relate to that, and it became one of my favorite movies of that time. But, same thing with Fight Club. There is no way I'm going to go out underground and stomp someone's face into the dirt. Yet I understand the stress and that feeling of just, I need to burst out from where I am. I'm not going to lie. I work at Starbucks too. And if anyone has seen Fight Club, you understand that the service industry is a service. And some of the things and ways that we hold back, literally the hand of God in my mouth. Stopping me.
Wow. So you yell off all those latte,
half calf, double tall, non-fat, 1/2 sweet and low extra hot latte.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
And I know someone who really orders that every day. It's crazy.
How do you remember all that? Well, you do it every day, right? Repetition.
Oh, yeah.
Repetition.
Now, of course, I will be in the little old ladies' home at 80 going, latte.
I know.
Caramel macchiato.
Right. Yeah. Okay, Sidney, what tips can you give our actors this morning? I see a lot of females saying, I want to be an actress. I don't see that many males saying that.
My main advice is go see a lot of plays, read a lot of plays, and then take notes while you're there and pay attention to what's going on. Because acting is not, it's like she said, you have to listen. So acting is really reacting. You have to listen to what the person is saying and respond to it with the lines that you have there. And watch people's characterization, how they carry themselves, how they talk, how they walk, how they change when they go into character as opposed to when they're just being themselves. Mm-hmm. And then I'll find some place to take some classes, and start hanging around people who do this for a living. Hang around, do some workshops, take some classes. You have to give of yourself. An actor gives of himself every single time you hit the stage. When you finish a show, you should be a little tired because you had to work for 2 hours. So you always have to, if you're not willing to give a little of yourself,
then don't give anything at all.
Exactly. And be prepared for hurt and disappointment, because in this field, you do not always get cast. You'll go to a call for a commercial or something, and you'll go in there, and there are like 10 other 40-year-old black males who are also in that room at the same time. Or you go to the theater and you audition for a show like this. You walk in there, there's a whole bunch of competition. You'll know a lot of people. So sometimes you get the role, sometimes you don't. You don't get upset with the other actor. You're just like, hey, good job, man. I'm glad you got that. And,
because you guys are going to have to work together sooner or
at
later.
some
So
point
don't burn a bridge.
In this market, exactly.
Don't burn a bridge.
Exactly.
Be nice to the director, Chip, right?
Always.
I like everybody, so I'm pretty easy to get along with, I think.
You are. Yeah. He's easygoing. That's Chip Decker. Chip Decker, a director. And what else do you do at the Actors Theater? You do a lot.
Yes, ma'am. Keep very, very busy.
Speaking of busy, what's coming up next?
After this, we have the 2011 Pulitzer Prize winner for Best New Play on deck called Clybourne Park. And it is an amazing, riveting drama about gentrification. It takes place in the house where Raisin in the Sun leaves off. So it takes place in his house in Chicago, and the white family that lives there, 1959, is selling it to a black family. So the neighbors come over to have a little discussion with them about who they're selling this house to. And it starts off, Act 1, everybody's polite and friendly, and then it devolves into this wonderful conversation about race and relationships back in 1959. And it just blows up, end of Act 1. And Act 2 shoots us forward to 2009, where the neighborhood is now an all-black neighborhood, and it's going through gentrification, much like a lot of the neighborhoods here in town are going through. And you've got the black family now selling it to a white family, so it's come full circle. And again, it starts off, we're having these very polite conversations, and they quickly take a turn, and everybody starts being real. So that's a great, great brand new show, and it's actually going to open on Broadway the week after we open here in Charlotte.
So we're on the map as far as talent, as far as plays, entertainment.
We definitely are on the map. Absolutely.
Wow.
blazing the trail sometimes.
Blazing the Trail, is that a play?
No, but it could be.
It
I'm going to write that
Starring
down.
Francene.
Blazing the
Francene
Trail.
Marie. Blazing the Trail.
Blazing the Trail. Well, you always are a delight every time. You never disappoint.
Well, thank you. I love being here, and I think you're wonderful, and it's a great opportunity, and we appreciate you getting the word out there about supporting the arts and coming to see professional grade A Broadway. I don't even like to say Broadway because a lot of the stuff that we do, it's so intimate and so close. It's better. It's the best experience live theater can give you because you're right there. They're sweating on you. It's just so visceral. It's a blast.
Sweating, spitting.
Looking
Cutting
straight
up.
in your eyes.
And it's no bad seat. I've been there. It's no bad seat in the house. If we're talking about the play Cutting Up this morning, you guys have got to give us a little montage of something before you leave. Cutting Up is it's all about a barbershop and barbershops across America. There's lessons taught, just like in the classroom. We have Mr. Charles Randolph Wright, who is thrilled to be back at the Actors Theater. And he's done so many works, I can say, for HBO, Showtime, Disney, Fox, you name it, he's done it. Even Lincoln Heights, ABC Family, South of Nowhere. The man is amazing. So before we leave out, are you going to sing for us or are you going to act for us? It's Miss Tanya McClellan and also Sidney Horton, our actors of Cutting Up. She's going into character right now.
I think she's about to tell you about her crazy uncle.
Oh, okay.
When I was a little girl, my mama told me that if you cut a boy's hair before his first year or let it grow uncut longer than a year, the texture of his hair will change. Now, that's what the old folks believed. Now, my Isaiah was 2.5, and he still hadn't been to the barber shop. And my great uncle had to break it on down for me. And he told me that if you have to plant a braid on the top of his head, then you cut that braid off and preserve it in your Bible, because like Samson and Delilah, that braid will preserve his scrimp. So I took Isaiah to the barber, which his daddy should have been doing. Now, it's hard walking into a room full of men like that all by yourself. It's like you're walking into a room without wearing panties or anything, and they can all tell. And then the owner of the shop looked at my baby.
That's the prettiest little girl.
He's a boy.
Rudy, cut that child's hair.
When I got home, I took the braid and put it in the first page of the book of Isaiah. Then I turned to the family pages and wrote, on May 30th, Isaiah became a little man. But actually, he looks like a bald-headed little girl.
Bravo! We got to see Cutting Up. It's running February 15th through March 3rd. It's at the Actors Theater, 650 East Stonewall. That's 650 East Stonewall. Do you have to pay for parking? No. Do you have to pay to get in? Yes. Are you going to have fun? Yes. So come on out. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Francene Marie. We're going to take a short break, but sit in your seat. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Francene Marie Show. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.